Hi everyone, my name is Bharti Chaudhary and today we are going to discuss about sets. Now this term is very much familiar to you, but how this was developed and what are the uses and how the major concepts are related to sets, we will be looking into this video. Now first of all, let's see that how sets was discovered. The theory of sets were developed by a German mathematician Georg Cantor. Now, while he was working on the problem of trigonometric series, then he generated this term that is called sets. Now, let's see that what are the uses of set or where we use this set. Basically, we first of all define this to know the concept of relation and function, and also in the study of geometry, sequences, probability, etc. Now, how these sets are represented, we will be discussing on this. In everyday life, we often speak of collection of objects of a particular kind, such as a pack of a card, a crowd of a people, a cricket team, etc. In mathematics also, we come across collections, for example, natural numbers, points, prime numbers, etc. Now I have listed some of the collection here. You can see odd natural number less than 10, the rivers of India, the vowels in English alphabet, various kind of triangles, prime factors of 210, the solution of the equation x square minus 5x plus 6. Now these are, if you see, these are what? These are the collections. Now we note that each of the above example is a well-defined collection of objects, in the sense that we can definitely decide whether a given particular object belongs to a given collection or not. For example, if you select this collection, the rivers of India, one thing you will observe that Nile River will not be a part of this collection, because in this collection this does not satisfy that the Nile river will be an element of it. But your river Ganga will be an element or will be in this collection. Now generally there are many sets which will be particularly used in mathematics. Now you already are familiar with these terms that are N, Z, Q, R, Z plus, Q plus and R plus. I will not go into detail. You can just pause the video and you can have the look. Now one thing I'll be telling you that these notations are very important. Just keep in mind, because these notations will be used all over wherever you read sets. Now from the above collection you came to know that a set is a well-defined collection of the object. It must have definition should be there, because you saw that Nile river cannot be in the collection of rivers in India because it was not defined well. Now one more thing I want to tell, if I ask you to do the collection of 5 most renowned mathematicians of the world, then definitely you cannot do it because it is not well defined. And the criteria of determining a mathematician as most renowned may vary from person to person. So the collection that other person will get will never match with yours. So we have a definition that a set is a well-defined collection of objects. Now, points that you have to keep in your mind is that elements, objects and members of a set are synonym. If I use a object in that collection, or if someone says an element in that collection, or someone says that member in that collection, it means that they all are same thing. You don't need to confuse about this. Now one more thing, sets are generally denoted by capital letters. such as capital A, B, C, X, Y and Z, whereas the elements, objects or the members are represented by small letters like this, A, B and C. So this is the one way that you can know which is the set and which is the member. Now let's see what are the methods of representing a set. Now there are two basically particular method, that is a roster or tabular form, or the second one is set builder form. Let's see that what roster or tabular form and how we are going to denote or write the set. Whenever we are writing the set in a roster or tabular form, then we always use this curly bracket. We always use this curly bracket, and whatever the elements that has belonged to this set is written between them by putting commas. For example, let's see the set of all natural number which divide 42. Basically, it is asking us that find out all the factors of 42. What we did, we used the curly brackets and all the elements are distinctly written by putting a comma. What is the meaning of distinction or distinct? It means that it has not been repeated. Now let's see the next example. The set of all vowels in English alphabet. You know there are 5 vowels in English alphabet, which again has been written between two curly brackets, and every distinct element has been separated by a comma. So whenever I'm asking you to find out, suppose I asked you to find out the set or write the set of all prime numbers less than 10. Then how you are going to write? Put a curly bracket. Find out the prime numbers. What are the prime numbers? They are 2, 3, 5, 7 and this much. We will not go beyond 10 here because it is already asked that you have to find out the set of all the prime numbers which are less than 10. The next one is set builder form. In set builder form, all the elements of a set possess a single common property which is possessed by any element outside the set. Now, for example, if you consider any set, I am taking any set, for example, I am taking the set of a prime numbers. Now you know if you take the any element of this, if my x is the set of the prime numbers, is a prime number. So if I take any element from this set, it will have the property that it has only two factors, which will be 1 and the number itself, because you already know what is the definition of prime number. So any number or any set you are going to take, any element you are going to take from this set, this will have a common property. Okay, this will have a common property. Now let's see the next example. Suppose we have considered this set, that is, it's a collection of natural number which is between 3 and 10. But here once you see that their equal to sign is not given. Here equal to sign is not given. So you have to find out the numbers which is between 3 and 10, and it must be natural number. That is common, that all the numbers that will be falling between 3 and 10 will be a positive number, but it will be a natural number. That's a real question. So you know what is natural number? Counting numbers are called natural numbers. So between 3 and 10, whatever the counting numbers you are going to get, that is your elements of this set A, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now how do we write this? How do we exactly write this roster form? First of all, we give an arbitrary x to it, then put a semicolon. Now what we put? We put a semicolon. Now after this semicolon, we write the characteristic property possessed by the element of the set and then enclose the whole description within the braces. Now whatever the characteristic of that set it will have, we will be writing here after the semicolon. After the semicolon, what is the characteristic? Capital X denotes here your set, and the smaller x, x is a vowel, x must be less than 10, x is a natural number. Whatever the element, the small x possesses the characteristic, we write the characteristic and close this with a curly bracket. Okay, now let's see the next term. Let's see some of the questions related to it. Now first question is, write the solution set of equation x square plus x minus 2 is equal to 0 in a roster form. Now roster form and tabular form are similar. What we used to do, we used to use curly bracket, and whatever the elements were there, we used to write it with a commas. Now for finding out the solution, use your quadratic, this is a quadratic equation, use the method to find out the roots. When you split this, you are going to get the root, that is x is equal to 1 and minus 2. So this, how it will be written in the roster form, put the curly bracket and both of the elements, separate them with a comma. Okay, now let's see the second example. So a set is given, that is 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 5, 5 by 6 and 6 by 7. Now it is asked to write this set in a set builder form. Now we see that each member in the given set has a numerator which is 1 less than the denominator. If you see, the numerator is always 1 less than the denominator. It's always less than the denominator. And one thing you will be observing, that the last numerator that you are going to get is equal to 6. And the number that it is starting with, the numerator it is starting with, is 1. So I can write this set in a general form. How I can write? I can write n plus 1. If I write like this, now what will be the values of n that will give my this set? So let me fix the range of n. Now my n will always lie between what? It's starting from 1. I am using greater or equal to sign. Please everyone see, I am using greater or equal to sign here. So n must be greater or equal to n, and it will be must lesser than or equal to which number? The last number, 6. So I have put this. Now n by n plus 1, where n is a natural number, and where n lies between 1 and 6. Okay. Now this is the exercise for you people. You can just go through this and make a pause to the video and do this question. Try yourself and please write down in the comment section that what are the answers that you have obtained. I hope this video will be fruitful to you. We will meet in the next class. Thank you so much and have a nice day.